Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome back to Comedian MTG. My name is Ian, and today I'm joined with two fantastic guests who are basically the brilliant minds behind one of CEDH's most chaotic events to come to date. We have Ken Bauman, who you may recognize from our Flubs deck tech. Say hi, Ken.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me.
And we have Jose of Blight Club.
Hi, how are you guys? Thank you also.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you both for being here. Today we are talking about the Too Deep and Blight Club mashup that is I can't say the name without laughing.
You can do it. We believe in you. We believe in you.
We're talking about our Only Flubs event, where there is but one rule to this tournament, technically, which is that you must play our lovely commander that I'll show right on the screen here, Flubs the Fool. Now, if you're curious about this lovely Flubs deck, Ken was on the channel quite some time ago, breaking down the Turbo Fool deck by I guess, what do you call it? Your team? Too Deep, right?
We sometimes refer to ourselves as a brewing collective. You could also just say a gaggle of idiots. That's also fine.
Whatever. I will reserve that one particularly. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So your gaggle in particular made this Turbo Fool list, and then that sort of kind of exploded, right? Like part of being on the channel, a lot of people got into the mentality here. As I said, the when it's not your turn, stare into the middle distance. It's so evocative, right? We all sort of feel that. And then Jose, you and your team kind of came up with this idea of like, but what if? Only
yeah. I remember going to get a coffee early in the morning. It was before Bloomborough, I think, was coming out or has just come out. I saw Flubs and I said, "This is I love this card. I'm going to try to build this." And then I saw your video with Ken, talking about the Turbo Fool list, and I said, "Okay, I'm never going to beat this." And I said, "Let me reach out to Ken. Maybe on a whim he reads his correspondence." Sure enough, sent him a message and said, "Hey, what about an Only Flubs event?" And to where we just run Turbo Fool or we run any variation of Flubs. And then I think you were excited, Ken.
Oh yeah, of course I was. I mean, it was like, it seemed, I got to know Blight. I just started investigating, right? I was like, Blight Club, cool, great name. And then I started investigating what they were up to. And I was like, whoa, club in Texas, club in Japan. That's awesome. Sick branding, awesome play mats, really beautiful sense of design. Jose was like, we run our shit like a motorcycle club. And I was like, that's sick. And so it was just like Too Deep and Blight Club were like, meant to do this, I think. And I think Flubs is the uniting influence. Flubs will bring everyone together, I think.
Yeah. I guess, Jose, do you want to talk a little bit about Blight Club and like kind of what y'all are in like a elevator pitch summary, I guess?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it honestly, at the end of the day, it's a community. We started as a group of friends, it's funny hearing Ken mention what Too Deep is to him. And that's kind of what Blight Club is to me. Sure enough, since last summer, which was May was our first meeting, starting with 20 people, we just kind of preached the gospel and said, just come play. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to judge you. Everybody's welcome. And then it just kind of naturally gets people interested. We had people visiting from other countries saying, "Hey, I want to start my own," through a very brief vetting process, and whether or not they fit into my tux. We say either yay or nay, which is usually a yay. And since last May, we're now in 3 different continents, Southeast Asia, Tokyo, Ireland, Denver, Austin, San Antonio. And it's really just, at the end of the day, it's a community of friends that enjoy playing and brewing and just having a couple beers and laughing.
Yeah, that's awesome. And like, really, like there's so much this discussion of like through CDH's history of like, can it be the casual format of the competitive format of the casual format, right? And I think this is exactly that paradigm of like all of us still enjoying and really, you know, enjoying the game part of this thing that we all mutually love together, which is so awesome. So you know, both kind of two separate entities formed of a bunch of people who enjoy having a good time together, and said, hey, what if 64 people all came into the room and maintained this energy of maximum foolishness, and here we go, you know.
Yeah, and I think it almost speaks to kind of all of us, right? It's we try to be innovative as much as we can, because it brings excitement. You know, when you talk about the meta can be can get very stale, and then you start to say, okay, well, how can I break the meta, but in a way that I'm definitely going to enjoy, and I hope other people enjoy it.
Hell yeah, I'm super excited about that. Lovely. All right, so let's get into some of these actual details, right? So this is going to be up March 29th. Now, by the time this video is out, that's probably like 2 weeks from now. We're looking at Fort Collins, Colorado. And I think we talked about the cap. We said it was capped at 64 folks, right?
Yeah, cap at 64, just because that's essentially what we can fit inside a brewery.
Yeah. which is the location. Do you want to talk about, I know, Jose, you and I have talked about a little bit in the past, this venue that we're heading to. Seems pretty cool.
Yeah, it's neat. I mean, if we first started with an LGS, that kind of dissolved, and I said, okay, I already have Ken in, and we're doing this. I need to find a space. The next step, I went to a place called Gilded Goat. Found this place. They have a second story. They always bring food trucks in, and the price was perfect. And I said, great. And so now we're going to be playing not in an LGS. We're going to be playing at a bar to make everybody feel like we're at home. And just enjoying the craziness that is Flubs, having a couple beers. Hopefully the rounds last about 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think so. I think they will.
That's so true.
Yeah, and then we can all just kind of enjoy. And I mean, that's kind of the thing about this is kind of cool because of the nature of it. I see it as a CDH event that's more like a drag race. We're staying in our own lanes.
Yeah.
Let's get to the finish line, and then you can have any beer in the house as long as it's a Corona.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyone who has not seen the deck tech that we cover of the too deep variation of Turbo Fool, you're going to hear a lot of allusions to ships passing in the night, staring off in the middle distance, etc. Because that deck was definitely brewed with a philosophy in mind of like, oh yeah, you just send it, and if it doesn't work, hope the next person does it in turn order, and if not, that's their problem, you know.
Exactly. Who cares? Just play. Just pick up a card, play it, put it down, pick up another card, play it. You know, it's just let's keep it simple. You know what I mean? We're not trying to be complicated here. That's the goal.
It's liberating.
Yeah. It is. It is deeply liberating, I think.
This is fantastic. And then, it is worth mentioning, there are some, even with the spirit of freedom and all those things, there's a pretty cool prizing on the line. So we can talk about that a little bit.
I will preface it by saying that all of our prize pool is because the club exists. We're not an LGS. It's all club-based donations. We call them kind of dues. We run our leagues. The leagues end up funding our tournament. I would say 80% of the dues end up going back to the players for our league prizing. And then whatever's left over just kind of gets snowballs, and we run a tournament, and then we just kind of make a little bit more and then put it back into the club. So it's
awesome.
We definitely put the player first. There's no rake. I don't take a rake. I use my own job to fund my life, and this is for the community. And so first place, we're doing a Gaia's Cradle. This is also a Land Go Invitational, so Black Lotus Invitation. So the winner of this is going to be able to go to Nashville in May. I think it's Memorial Day weekend. Shout out to Wayne over at Land Go. He says hi. And they get to say that I won an event and got here because of Flubs.
Which is incredibly based. I'm not gonna lie, because there's gonna be a lot of people there on their Blue Farm decks and stuff like that. And there's one person who's gonna roll in with the shades, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm the Flubs guy."
Exactly. Yeah.
And then spots 2, 3, and 4 is a little ode to the certain mishaps that come with brewing decks where you forget cards. And that's going to be, of course, Wooded Foothills. So 2, 3, and 4 get Dutch promo Wooded Foothills. And then everybody is going to be able to receive a copy of a signed copy of Flubs.
Beautiful.
Adam Rex was kind enough to donate those. So we have 64 copies signed. Top 16 get a foil version, and then the rest get a non-foil, but it's signed by Adam Rex. So,
which is
what a baller.
By the way, like, yeah, I think like that's already so awesome. So like we get to go to this event, spend all day here in a brewery, and then like also you just get a proof, right? Like a or is it a proof or is it a regular card? Right?
I wish it were a proof. It's just I ended up buying 64 copies of Flubs.
Oh, okay, yes. But anyways, a signed artist version of, which is also shout out to Adam Rex for working.
That's awesome
to like make this happen. Absolutely. So cool. No, that's so cool. So yeah, I mean, basically show up, worst case scenario, everyone's walking away with a signed Flubs from our lovely artist. It's so cool. So there are 25 fully proxied version of Two Deep's Turbo Full list, right? So y'all can show up. No, there's 25 to be clear, and 64 players. So hopefully not everyone shows up and says, "Give me that." But
I want that. Yeah. That looks good.
Yeah, and I mean with that, I mean there are a couple of people even here in the club, and I know some people at Two Deep that can't make it. They were like, "Hey, we want a copy." It's like, if there are spares, absolutely, but they're absolutely reserved for the people going to the event. In case people say, I don't want to build a deck, you don't even have to show up with sleeves. You can just kind of just straight up.
Just riffle it up, baby. Just riffle shuffle that shit.
Riffle shuffle. And so right now
we're speaking my language.
We're at 19 people right now that want this deck list.
Okay, so very few slots left for that.
Yeah, and we have a couple more than 25. I think it's like maybe 3 or 4 more, which are all in here.
Yeah,
so, look at them. Wait, can you hold up the back to it, because I think those are so cool. Is it actually the art here, right? Yeah. Oh no, it's the right?
Look, it's fun.
Can you see that?
Oh, the glare is a little rough, but we can also, like, Cal can take the time to edit it to make it look nice.
We got an unsleeved one right here.
So I did buy one for myself, just as
good.
And I only inner sleeved it. So
good, fun. That'll be slippery and
that's a different level of psychopathy.
There we go.
The Blight Too Deep.
Blight X Too Deep. They're all the actual printings of the Two Deep list. So if you go through Moxfield, it's the actual printings, including my favorite card, which will be very, very easy.
This is very important. I think stylistically, I think that this conveys Two Deep's brain worms that we've acquired up in the mountains here. So like
ones that I'm taking, the placeholder image ones.
I mean, it's worse than that, I would say. Jose's pulling it up now.
Yeah, I think whoever was that picked the most random printings.
Shout out Chris at Too Deep.
There with the way Scryfall works, which is really tough to do because I had to edit some of these. The way Scryfall works is if you try to pick Tropical Island in French, it doesn't have an image for it. So what it says
that's money right there. That's money. That's an artifact. That's an artifact for the ages.
So this is real, by the way. It's not a problem.
That's real.
Yeah. This is awesome. I'm super ecstatic. And to be clear, we've been talking about this version of the deck a lot, but like, please show up and do your own versions, right? Like I've already heard of people cooking hard for some of these.
Good. Good.
I think it's going to be a great time, and if it isn't obvious, this is a vibes first event, right? Like, very clearly, it's going to be a great time. I mean, people are showing up. Like this is the commander for this type of event. I think perfectly, right? Like this is the most foolish we can ever be in CEDH, and I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
I think the energy will feel more like, you know, if you like go to an art show with like run by a bunch of college kids and you show up late and they've already begun to like drink and party in the art gallery. That's going to be the energy. It's going to be people in costumes, people doing very silly and maybe even messy things when it's not their turn. There will be group activities. There will be, I think you should leave on the television in the brewery. So it is vibes first, foremost, and only. We are here for the gathering, and we are here to bring some of the levity back to tournament multiplayer Magic.
Would you say we're in it for the Magic too, in the class?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm going to pull a rabbit out of a hat. I don't know. I'll need to hit a pet shop on the way up to Fort Collins, but you know, and I'll have to learn the trick, but that's fine. The rabbit will be tolerant, I'm sure.
No, I do want to have the over under on what are the odds someone shows up with like 1 stacks Flubs. I feel like there's going to be one.
Oh yeah, there's always that person, you know, the stacks person. They'll do it. And you know, here's my hot tip for anybody who wants to brew against this meta. If you want to host shame in your heart and be a coward, play Rhystic Study and Mystic Remora and sit there and do nothing. And then you'll win your games, and you'll learn nothing about yourself or the cosmos. You'll contribute no new information to the world. You'll be worthless, but you'll win some games. So there you go. There's the hot meta tip.
Consider this a warning, Ian.
I for sure. Whoa, to be clear, I will be 100% engaging in cowardice. Absolutely.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. We love you no matter what. We love you no matter what.
Yeah. No, I'm 100%. I know who I am. I get it. No, I mean, genuinely, I'm so pumped. As I said, I'm gonna like basically. I think I get home from Texas this weekend, and then I'm in the lab cooking hard on this.
Good. It's gonna be really interesting to cook, knowing, you know, like almost 50% of the meta is one deck. Man, it's just up for you on a silver platter. Just here you go.
But at the same time, like the cooking is also going to be like, I love Teamer, I love Storm.
Yeah,
like
what do I want to do?
Yeah, I will not be playing my Sphere of Resistances.
So if Ken is on that shoulder, I'm on the other shoulder going, how dare you?
Yeah.
Wait, so in this scenario, Ken was the chill one in this.
That was chill. What I said earlier was chill. That was chill. That was very calm and nice.
Oh my God, I'm looking forward to this so much. So yeah, once again, March 29th, we're looking at Fort Collins, Colorado. I guess any other big details for the event that we want to shout out before we think about closing things up with our chat here today?
Yeah, I mean, anybody that signs up, I'm going to have their email, so I'm going to stalk them for the rest of their lives. But apart from that, I do want to send out a kind of where to go in Fort Collins. Anything on the north side of town is kind of the where the charm lies. Within the city. So there are things like man, the highlight. I went there a couple weeks ago. There's a dairy farm that you can do a milk flight.
Oh yeah,
no,
the farm theme.
If you like gas,
having gas, having it. Yeah. Well, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, but the chocolate milk is worth it. The root beer milk is worth it.
Oh.
Anything's worth it. Yeah, you say that.
I like that. No, I would love it. I would love it. Yeah, I'm a freak. Whatever. I grew up on a farm, literally.
You know, lactose intolerant. I can't try it.
The only other thing, we are making a mat for this.
Yes.
Yeah, the mat is a play on the old Fight Club movie poster with the 2 profiles and the soap. Yeah. It'll be the movie style poster, so the mat is going to look like it's canted sideways.
Yeah.
But those are going to be available for purchase at the event, and it will have the names of everybody that's going. And then, yes. And then we can obviously order those with the funds. Then we'll send it to be produced, and then I'll ship it to everybody that goes.
Okay. Hell yeah, hell yeah. This is so awesome. First of all, thank you for organizing this. This is going to be great. I'm very very ecstatic that this is an opportunity we all have to share a really cool event together. This is I'm just pumped. I will be doing a tournament report after this, which we've already been joking about me just being like, yeah, my opponent was Flubs and also Flubs and also Flubs.
Let me tell you,
this is gonna be a great time. Yeah, it's, as I said, vibes first events, and then y'all are planning on doing more stuff in the future, hopefully. Yes.
Yeah,
That's the hope.
Yeah, the plan is we're gonna, I think, announce it at the event. This is considered a Black Velvet event. Which is what we're calling our yearly events that are just kind of wonky and weird.
Okay.
There is a second one in the works. We're thinking next year around this time. Okay. It has its own unique spin. It should be interesting. I don't know if it'll be anything as crazy as Flubs, but it'll be unique. It'll be an experience, and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. These types of events are just the experience. And it obviously Too Deep. If they want in again, we're in. Let's host.
Oh yeah, we're not done sowing chaos and frivolity into the fabric of this game that we all play. So yeah, well there will be plenty of collaboration in store.
Yeah, and I'll soapbox here for like 2 seconds. Like, when I first started playing CEDH, right, we were a very Discord based community. There's a lot of online stuff, and one of the favorite things that we all used to do was like there was a 2-color league that everyone used to get really really excited about, right? And this is very evocative of that to me, right? Where we would all be like, oh, we all love CEDH, but also being, all these cool restrictions that we can do in tournament CEDH or league CEDH, all those types of things. There's a lot of cool stuff there that just says, hey, what if the brewing space was a little bit different, but the gameplay still felt the same with some cool twists, right? And I think there's a lot of open space for that, which I think this is a really good start. So yeah, I'll leave the link to this event in the description down below. If anyone's curious about all this stuff, feel free to DM me, DM Jose, DM Ken, any of those lovely people. And I will leave Blight Club contacts down below if that's okay with you. Yes, good with
that? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
awesome.
Bank account number, all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Socials, all that. Great. And hopefully we'll see you, lovely audience member, there at the event.
Ribbit.
Thank you so much to my lovely guests for joining us. I'm excited to be in a room being foolish with you very soon.